back to the channel of Pro Enzo Vids, and this is my round 20 NRL tips for 2024. So round 20, obviously 7 weeks to go of the regular season, so yeah, we're coming to the final stages of the year now, and obviously finals not too far away. But yeah, still look, 7 weeks is still quite a long time in rugby league terms. So yeah, lots to prove from then to now to the end of the season. So yeah, round 20 should be good. But if you are a new viewer to this channel, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, as well as commenting your tips in the comments down below. Yeah, like recently I got my goal of 4,500 subscribers, so I do appreciate all the new support and subscribers as of recent. It really does mean a lot to me. I suppose the next goal now is 5k, like 5,000 subs, so that probably will take a bit longer, but yeah, hopefully I get there by the end of the year at least. But yeah, round 20 should be good. Obviously the first game on the Friday, Warriors and the Raiders in Canberra. That will be a tight game, I think. That's tough to call. That's really tough to call. Storm Roosters on the Saturday is going to be a blockbuster. I'm actually really keen for that game. That's a big one too. Manly Titans on the Sunday, as always. Yeah, I'll be there. Sunday Arvo, Brookie, you can't beat it. But yeah, look, round 20 looks good to me, so I'm looking forward to it. But here we go. Here are my tips. Right, so on to the very first game on the Friday. We've got the Raiders and the Warriors at GIO Stadium in Canberra. So back in round 3, the last time these two sides played, the Warriors got the win over the Raiders in Christchurch at Apollo Project Stadium. And yeah, that game was pretty wild. It was a close game for a long time, and the Warriors scored a couple of tries towards the end there that sealed it. So yeah, I'm sure Canberra would like to get their revenge over the Warriors at home in Canberra. Before the bye, Raiders lost to the Knights in Canberra, 16-12. It was a very scrappy game, that one. I tipped Newcastle, but obviously Canberra had to win that game to, you know, really try to cement themselves back in the 8. But a couple of close losses to like Melbourne and losses to the Tigers at Campbelltown, like, yeah, they made it tough for themselves, Canberra. So they do want to try and get the win this Friday. And you think Ricky will fire them up, like surely Ricky fires them up, right? But we'll see. Weeks is still the fullback, I believe. And yeah, the Canberra team has very limited changes. Oh, Jamal Fogarty's back, and Zach Hosking, they're the two big ins. So Jamal Fogarty in for, I think he's in for Adam Cook, who was playing halfback. So yeah, big in for the Raiders, Jamal Fogarty. That's absolutely huge. They've missed him. And for the Warriors, well, the big news is that Tohu Harris is out for the rest of the year, so that's a big blow for the Warriors in their finals hopes, losing Tohu for the rest of the year. So Dylan Walker starts at lock, and then, yeah, Chanel, Charles Klukstad is out as well, so Tane Tuapiki starts at fullback. So yeah, look, Warriors have been okay, but not winning games either, so it's a really crucial game for both sides. But for this game, though, I'll tip the Raiders to win. I think Canberra should be too good. Raiders 1-12. I think they'll just win this one. First try scorer, give me Sebastian Kris. And anytime try scorers, I'll go with Hudson Young for the Raiders, and for the Warriors, I'll go with let's go Dallin to score, but Raiders to win. On to the next game now. The first game on the Saturday, we've got the Rabbitohs versus the Tigers at Central Coast Stadium, or Industrial Group Stadium, but I've always called it Central Coast Stadium because that's, you know, I guess that's what I've grown up calling it. But anyway, Rabbitohs and the Tigers. Yeah, look, normally when these two sides play, like, it's often quite close. Like, obviously Rabbitohs are always favourites to win, but Tigers do turn up against the Rabbitohs. They seem to have a bit of history with a couple of close games, but yeah, we'll see if this one is close on Saturday or not. The Rabbitohs, they've been in good form recently. That loss to the Dolphins was a tough one to take, I think, and that probably ended their hopes. Well, hasn't ended them officially. Like, there's still a mathematical chance of making the 8 at Rabbitohs, but that loss was really crucial, I feel like, and yeah, they're going to win pretty much every game, I'd say. So yeah, it's very tough now for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. For the Tigers, look, Tigers are in shambles. I don't know what's wrong with them. Like, they looked so good at the start of the year, and then they just sort of crash burned since then. So yeah, they're back to their old habits. So yeah, really, it's kind of a nothing game for both sides. But if Rabbitohs win, then yeah, like, it's not all over their season just yet. But yeah, but look, obviously Tigers just, yeah, tough season yet again. But for the Rabbitohs and their changes to their team, so obviously Latrell's still out, so Jai Gray's a fullback. Walker and Jack Wyden halves yet again. Murray's been named to play, despite being out for Origin, so he should back up, which is big for Souths. But yeah, overall, better team, I think. For the Tigers, they've got Api Korosia in the reserves in jersey 22, so I'm assuming Api comes in, but we'll see if he can be fit by captain's run. But yeah, look, Tigers have named the team, which is nothing fantastic, but yeah, look, doesn't give me doesn't inspire me, I guess. So I think Souths win 13+. I'll go Jacob Gagai first try scorer. And anytime try scorers are both sides, I'll go with, for the Rabbitohs, Cameron Murray if he backs up. And for the Tigers, I'll go with Luke Lally on the wing. On to the next game, we've got the Knights versus the Broncos at McDonald Jones Stadium up there in Newcastle. Obviously, the Knights last weekend were smashed by Manly, my boys at Brookie. Yeah, Knights were terrible, I guess you can say. Knights will feel embarrassed about that loss. But yeah, I guess there's no better time to come back to Newcastle and try and get some wins and try and get a result this Saturday, I guess, against the struggling Broncos team, where the Broncos just, what the hell's happened? Like, seriously, the Broncos were a premiership threat back in March this year. But yeah, I don't know. There's been a couple of things that have just made them derail. I don't know where to go for the Broncos. 6 straight losses. Yeah, it's a concern. It really is. If they lose this Saturday, well, yeah, it might really end their season, I feel like. Unless, if they lose, they've got to win every game, apparently. So it's a crucial game for both sides, actually, for both Newcastle and Broncos. But the team for the Knights, so the Knights have the big three back, the big three. So Ponga's back at fullback, which is huge for them. I think they missed Ponga last week, out because of Origin, obviously. Dane Gagai in is huge as well, and having also Bradman Best named is also a big in. So the Knights definitely look a lot better on paper with their team sort of, all their backline mainly back. For the Broncos have, I don't think they've made changes. I think they've still got mostly the same team. Adam Reynolds, I saw, is named in jersey 24 in the reserves. I doubt he plays, but if he does, well, you better hope he's fit, because I feel like Kevin Walters is rushing him if Reynolds does come in this Saturday. But yeah, unless he's fit, I wouldn't play him. But we'll see what happens. But look, I think for this game, though, it's close to call like other games this weekend, but I think Knights win. I think in Newcastle, Knights get the job done. They'll return to the Hunter and get a win in front of their home fans. So I'll go with Knights to win. Let's go Knights to win 1-12, maybe like a score on of maybe, I don't know, 26 points to 20, a couple of points in it. First try scorer, give me Greg Marzu. He's due this week, I reckon, Marzu. And anytime try scorers for the Knights, I'll go with Dane Gagai in his return game. And for the Broncos, I'll go with Corey Oates. Okay, the big game now, the official big game of the weekend, probably the game of the round, if I'm being completely honest. It is both the Storm versus the Roosters at Amy Park in Melbourne. So whenever these two sides play, it's always a game you want to sit back on the couch, have a bowl of chips, have some Coke next to you, and enjoy. Unless you're a Roosters or Storm fan, you can just sit back and enjoy the feistiness between both sides. But yeah, it's going to be a good game, this one. I'm looking forward to it. Both sides are right up there for the premiership this year, in my opinion. If Storm win, they can definitely keep pushing for their spot up on top of the ladder. If the Roosters win, well, I feel like a top 4 spot is nearly locked in, to be fair, they win. So there's a lot at stake for both sides, and both these teams are definitely in the box seat for the premiership this year, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens. It should be a good game. So the Storm, Storm have been winning games. Not particularly like 13+ wins, but been winning okay. Like the game against the Tigers the week before was a win they should have probably wrapped away better, I reckon, but they got the job done like they've been doing this year. As for the Roosters, they're on a red-hot run. Like, they're on a really good run at the moment. They've been smashing teams week by week. Thrashed Dragons, thrashed the Tigers, probably a couple more along the way too. So, Bulldogs. So, yeah, look, they're on a good run, the Roosters. So, it's going to be quite hard to stop them this Saturday. But, yeah, I think for the Storm, their team is looking like the same as it normally is. There's no real changes that stand out to me. And for the Roosters, the big in is Joseph Suaalii, who's back from suspension, so he'll be in the centres, I think. So, yeah, big in for the Chooks. But my tip for this game, though, I'm going to tip Roosters. I reckon Roosters get the job done here. Last year when these two sides played in the semi-final, obviously that was a heartbreaking loss for the Roosters to take, but yeah, I think Storm will definitely be up for it. And Storm win, I won't be shocked, obviously, because Storm are unreal in Melbourne, but I don't know. I think Roosters can get the job done. I think Roosters are playing good footy, so I'll back them to win. Why not? So Roosters will win 1-12. I wouldn't be shocked if it went to goal on point. I can see this being like a 13-12 scoreline and goal on point. I honestly could, but I'll go Roosters to win 1-12, like maybe 22-18. First try scorer for the Storm, I think Storm will score first through Will Warbrick, and anytime try scorers, give me Blore and give me Suoli'i. On to Sunday footy. We've got the first game of 3. It is the Panthers versus the Dolphins at Bluebet Stadium in Penrith. So, yeah, Penrith obviously, playing good without Cleary, but he is back this week, so that's a big in for the Penrith Panthers. So, yeah, big in for that side in general. They've missed him for a long time. I think his last game was back in like May or something. So, yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, he's back and I'm sure he'll be ready to go for this Sunday. The Dolphins, obviously, on the other hand, have been playing good footy too. They beat the Rabbitohs last week in Redcliffe, which was a very important win. So I think Wayne will be stoked about winning, and that will definitely help their case of making the 8 this year for the first time. But yeah, they go to Penrith, and it's not an easy game. Never easy going to Penrith and playing, the juggernaut team, as you would call it. So yeah, this should be a good game too. The Panthers, I believe, have rested pretty much all their Origin players, but yeah, look, I think they've rested all their Origin players, but I think the only real big in for that team is Nathan Cleary, so he's back for them, obviously. Fisher Harris is still there. They've still got, a world-class team still named. I think Cleary brings such a new dimension and a really strong foundation to that Panthers team. So, yeah, watch, he'll be ready to go this Sunday, I reckon, Cleary. And for the Dolphins, their team is pretty much the same as well. Hammer's been named to play if he backs up. And yeah, 1-17 Dolphins team from what it looks like. My tip though, I'll tip the Panthers. I think Penrith will be a bit too good. I think Penrith 1-12. Like if Penrith had all their Origin stars playing, maybe 13 plus. But yeah, look, I think Dolphins will turn up for a bit, but then in the second half it might blow out. And I think Penrith will be a bit too strong for the Dolphins. So Penrith to win. First try scorer, let's go Paul Alamotti, and anytime try scorers, I'll go with Scott Sorensen, and for the Dolphins, I'll choose the Hammer. Moving on to the main game on Sunday now, it's my boys Manly up against the Titans at 4 Pines Park at Brookie. So this is the official Des Hasler and Kieran Foran Cup. So I know we played Titans last time this year already in the Gold Coast, and that was a crazy game to be at. We just won 34-30. And yeah, look, obviously Titans have been a bogey team for a while. They always have been. Like they've always been really good against us, and I think they've won 4 of the past 5 games at 4 Pines Park too. So that's a stat we're gonna be worried about. And the Titans, yeah, they like playing against us. So really, it's a big one, and I know Des would want to get this win over us for sure. So yeah, bring it on. But it should be good though. Sunday over at Rookie. Yeah, keen to be there yet again, and hopefully the boys are up for this one too. Very important for our finals hopes if we are serious about that this year and have to get a job done this weekend. For the Manly team though, so pretty much the same team as last week, but Nathan Brown starts instead of simply a prop. Cherry Evans and Jacob back at halfback and at lock. Good to have them two back from Origin. If they back up, and they should. And Paseka and Wardell in the reserves. I think Paseka could come in late, maybe Wardell, but I think Paseka, well, they could be given their fitness test until captain's run, and we'll see if they're fit enough to play, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, mainly the same team as last week though. For the Titans, Keanu Kinney starts at fullback. AJ Brimson could be a late inclusion, but he's still working with his working towards getting fit from his groin injury, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, he's in reserves for now, and Mikey Fadawake has been named to back up as well from Origin. So yeah, look, should be a big game this one. I'll back Manly, obviously. I think we get the job done here. We have to if we want to play finals, and yeah, we got to win. I know we're close to locking in a finals place, but in this game, nothing's a given, right? So we've got to keep winning. So I'm back Manly on 1-12. I think this will be a close game. Titans always turn up against Manly for some reason, so it'll be close. I think Manly to win, but maybe 26-18 or something, or 30 points to 18. Yeah, I think it'll be a couple of points, but it'll be close though. First try scorer, give me Lehigh Hopewade to continue his try scoring streak. And for the anytime try scorers now. For Manly and their anytime try scorer, I'll go with Carl Lawton in the back row, actually. I think Carl Lawton will score. Ben Travojevic is also back on the bench. I should have mentioned that before. And for the Titans, I'll go with Philip Sami for a try. And last but not least, the last game on the Sunday there, it's the Cowboys versus the Bulldogs at Queensland Country Bank Stadium up there in Townsville. Look, this is quite another big game, actually, for both sides. I mean, either side has to really win, to, I guess, further their chances of making the 8 this year. Cowboys obviously have been losing a couple of really close games recently. They've been winning some good games, actually, Cowboys. Like, the last couple of weeks, they've been having some really good wins, but they've lost some really close games too, which doesn't really help. But they're definitely right in the fight for an top 8 spot this year. As well as the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs are just the story of 2024 so far. Dogs have been playing some great footy. They're really showing passion and a lot of heart in their performances. A couple of injuries this week for the Bulldogs team, but they definitely won't go down without a fight, that's for sure. So for the Cowboys and their team, pretty much the same team. Obviously, the Origin Stars should back up this week. So yeah, they all back up. Well, it's a good looking Cowboys team, I think. And for the Bulldogs, well, the big in is Jacob Preston. So Preston's back for the Bulldogs, and they've really missed him, I think. So not really, I guess. They've really missed him that much because they've been winning. But like, Preston's a great player, and he'll be a good in for that team. Max Kingsley out, so that's a big blow for the Bulldogs. For that team. So Josh Curran starts at prop alongside Sam Hughes. And Bailey Haywood, I don't think is starting this weekend, so that means also Kurt Mann starts at lock. So yeah, obviously Dogs have a couple of troops down, but yeah, overall very strong team. Crichton's has been named the backup too from Origin, so yeah, it's a good Bulldogs team still. Now my tip for this game, this is tough to call. This is very tough to call. I looked at a stat the other day, and it said that the Bulldogs have only won once outside of home, if that's correct. Their away record's not that good. But the Cowboys have been losing a couple of games at home this year, so it's tough to call. Although I will tip Cowboys, but I think Cowboys win this week. I think Cowboys do get the job done. If they lose in Townsville, again, it'd be quite a disappointment. But I think this time around, the Cowboys will get the job done back at home. That loss to Manly the week before would probably hurt their fans and the club. So, yeah, I think they'll go back home and really get the win this weekend. So, Cowboys to win 1-12. First try scorer, give me Murray Taulagi to score first. Murray Taulagi. And anytime try scorers of both sides, I'll go with Jeremiah Nene in the back row. And for the Bulldogs, I'll go with Stephen Crichton. But that right there is my round 20 tips for this weekend. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And do let me know your tips for this weekend in the comments down below. So enjoy your weekend of footy and go Manly.